My name, I'm Henry Martin. I'm a painter. I've known Joe for years. I actually met Joe, and I came here my first week in Philadelphia, And there's a really interesting story associated with my first perception of the museum. And I'm wondering if I should go there, but it's really cool. Before I moved to Philadelphia, I came here to go to art school, so I was scoping out different art schools in the East Coast. I went to the Pennsylvania Academy, which is where Joe's wife, Ellen, also went, and I went with Raphael. So I came to Philadelphia to just sort of scope out the city, look at the school, look at the academy, and I was riding the train in from Chicago. And I don't know if you've ever taken the train into Philadelphia, but the rail line is pretty bleak, pretty dismal. It's just strewn with the detritus of the ghetto, with mattresses and old times.
You get a bad view.
You get a really bad view. And in my mind, in this really, this was the scenery, but in my mind I had this vision of like a backyard just absolutely full of murals and paintings and with extravagant colors and a bunch of people just carrying on and when I came here for a party, and I thought, oh my God, this is the exact backyard of my vision. So it's really cool. So I've been associated with this place since even before I moved to Philadelphia.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and it's pretty neat. I've taken part in a few painting exhibitions here. One was called Black and White. Basically, it was a black and white exhibition, but that could be open to any kind of interpretation. Mm-hmm. Another was called, I believe, Art or Artists Against the End of the World, or something like that. So they're mildly political. I'm not really a political artist per se. I paint landscapes. But I've been in those two exhibitions, and I hosted one musical show here, so we had a lot of fun. In this space.
And how did that go? Describe the scene for me.
Describe the scene for you. I can't email it to you because the file's too big, but I can put it on YouTube. And if you give me your email, I can connect you, and that will give you more information.
Sure.
Describe the scene. It was all acoustic. These were our musicians that I know in one way or another. We were performing directly behind where I'm sitting. This was the stage. And so it was basically guitar, voice, whatever instruments people could bring with no PA. Great show. It was a lot of fun. And variety, I mean, I wouldn't really call us folk singers, even though we're just playing acoustic guitar. I don't really label the music. That was a couple years ago. We had a blast. Had a lot of fun.
So what does this place mean to you today? How do you...
The way I would describe it, and I would have to answer that in context, because I have to answer that in the whole of the Philadelphia art community, which is, the art community in Philadelphia as a whole is very vibrant and interconnected in many different ways, just on different levels. And I would almost have to call they call it the Ellen, the Tiberino Museum. This would be the nexus of the community. If any place is the nexus of the Philadelphia art community, I would say this is it. And not only that, but also if you go up to New York and you look at the big shows and the big museums and the galleries, so much of it is so it's just kind of phony. And I said, well, what's the center of the art world today? The center of the art world. And my friend said, well, it's probably here. So I hope that answers your question.
It does.
Yeah.
I mean, this place is somewhere where people feel welcome and they can come hang out. You can't hang out in some hoity-toity New York gallery. Yeah. So I think that's kind of something that's special, something that's different.
So, and it's also authentic. I have to say that Joe and Ellen were really my spiritual parents when I was going to art school, and Ellen provided a lot of insight and guidance to me, And Joe was really there for me. I had some very ambivalent feelings about art school. There was a time when I was extremely disillusioned and didn't want to stay, and Joe was really kind of backing me up and just said, no, you just stay. You just go through with it. And he was absolutely instrumental in convincing me to stay in art school, keep doing it. And then I eventually grew into making a successful career as an artist. So,
Congratulations.
well, thank you.
That was very well spoken. Thank you.
Thank you, Marissa.
I think we can definitely
My pleasure.
set.